Hope you're good. Wanted to touch on a brief topic and something that you may hear often and many people like to focus on love and light, just having that light energy and everything has to be positive, but there's no love and light without darkness. Only when you acknowledge, so you're self-aware, you're accountable for the things that you've gone through, is when you can truly sit in that energy of, you know, love, light and healing. You know, there's no light without darkness, and vice versa, no darkness without light. And if you can take your own situations and your own life experiences without comparing them against somebody else's reality and their experiences, I think that's when you'll truly be able to really sit in your experiences, because now you're not comparing it against anybody else's. You know, the ego and pride likes to take over and be the dictators of your reality, but once you're able to truly drop the ego and pride, and even this, many people may think that, you know, you've got to have pride, you've got to have ego, but actually I feel like there's a time and a place. And I think, you know, just by acknowledging how you show up, by acknowledging if you're someone that feels like they need to defend themselves or has to speak up when you know, there's really no need to, you know, because sometimes we want to prove a point, we want to be acknowledged, you know, and all these things come through from, I guess, your life experiences from a younger age, most likely, you know, the old traumas. But yeah, there's definitely no love and light without acknowledging your darkness. And I feel like if you're someone that does like to speak on the love and light without acknowledging your darkness, I feel like you will be continuously challenged and be pushed towards acknowledging the darker sides, or the things that you've not necessarily darker sides, but things that you've not acknowledged and you've kind of tried to bypass along on your journey. And this shows up in so many different ways. So if you're someone that's very irritable, you know, that's suppressing with whether it's food or, you know, drinks or drugs, or, you know, not being able to sit with yourself, but you're always trying to find some sort of an escape, whether it's going out, meeting friends, the distractions of like watching television, always doing something as opposed to sitting and acknowledging and sitting with yourself, your like true self, then these are indicators to know if you're someone that's not really acknowledging or taking the time to reflect or taking the time to heal. You know, many people say that time is a healer. Time can be, as long as you're actively working on yourself and you're taking the time to do what needs to be done, and only you will know what needs to be done. And yes, you can read self-help books. Yes, it's great to read books maybe inspired by people that have gone through similar experiences, but making sure that you do not hold these people to the highest regard and then start to, because what can happen is you can start then trying to almost mirror them in the sense of what they do, because they've got their own tools on how to heal themselves or how they've been able to overcome. And as well, it's important to realize that you don't get blindsided by somebody else's journey because the energy that they may have created or tried to get themselves out of a space that's not fully healed, but I guess there's probably some healing that's been done. Like, what energy have they used to be able to overcome these things? So for example, some people, let's say, you know, they may be a fighter, let's say they're in the UFC, and they've gone through a lot of trauma, depression, and you know, they've used this energy to be able to fuel their desire. I say desire because this is their push that they feel like they need to use to overcome the things that they've already been through. So if they're using this type of energy to, let's say, win a championship or win a bout, initially they may think that by achieving this, they're gonna cure these things that they've experienced in life. So the depression, the anxiety, all this sort of stuff, the trauma. They feel like by achieving a bout that is world recognized, that all these things are going to disappear. And this is why you may see a lot of people just genuinely not happy. You will have a better indication, I should say, to know who is happy and who is unhappy, who is still going through some stuff and trying to what's the word, try to put on a face of everything's okay. You'll be able to see and read and feel through that whole energy only when you're in a place of in a healed place. I should say in a healed place. And that's not to say that there's never going to be things that come up. It's not saying that you've reached the end of the line, but it's acknowledging your own journey. It's acknowledging where you are, where you've been, in its entirety, in its holistic form. So yeah, so again, there's no love and light without darkness. And the longer you try to bypass, not acknowledge, not actively work on these things, then they definitely will come up. They will come up in so many different ways. How you show up at work, how you communicate with people, how you show up in a relationship, so many different ways. But the beautiful part is, and this is definitely a key part, if you can surround yourself with people that have self-awareness and accountability, the only way is up, because these people are going to be accountable for everything that happens in their life, even if it looks like it's nothing to do with them. But they're taking the accountability to be like, okay, well, how do I move forward? How do I not necessarily saying how do you stop this from ever happening again, but you're aware and you're accountable. And having these two things is so key in your growth. 100%. So yeah, and if you're someone that's not accountable or aware, or is one or the other, I'd say you're halfway there. You're halfway there because you acknowledge one aspect of these things, or maybe both. So yeah, I think that's it really. I think that's what I wanted to touch on. It's just, you know, you may see so many people in life doing certain things that you believe is bringing them some sort of happiness, but there's no happiness there's no true happiness without an internal peace. Like, it just doesn't work like that. And I can call it out. I could definitely call it out. Like, there's no, you can have happy periods, you can have happy times, or not even happy times, but happy moments that bring you some level of joy. But it's short-lived if you've not done the inner work. It's short-lived, and it will always come up. It will always come up. And it'll be highlighted to you that actually, hey, you're not actually happy. So many people are unhappy. I'm an observer, so even in my day-to-day, like, I'm looking at nature, looking at people, looking at my surroundings, without any sort of judgment, because there's no judgment that goes into it, but it's just an acknowledgement of, okay, I see what's going on here. I'm aware of what's going on. I'm aware of what's happening. And being able to pick that up, like, very, very easily. Like, the eyes don't lie. The eyes, you can't hide your eyes unless you're wearing shades. But even then, like, your demeanor, your energy, your behavior, everything, like, everything's linked. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to touch on, really. But yeah, I hope this has been informative for you, and there's been some bits of information that you can use to help you better yourself, your journey, your life, lifestyle. And yeah, I will catch you on the next one, and thank you for those that have joined. I probably should have some sort of a schedule of when I'm going to jump on, but I never know. And I've got my GoPro in the car. I've got my my little thing that attaches onto it, so I can put it on my window. So I'm telling you now, I'm telling you again, that these lives are not going to be so regular, because I'm going to use my GoPro instead, and I'm going to start just putting the video straight onto YouTube. So if you've not subscribed, or you're not linked to my YouTube channel, then I would, and the information that I share is beneficial to you, or yeah, if it's beneficial to you, then I would highly recommend that you either follow or just have that in your radar, because yeah, their videos are going to go straight onto there now. The video quality is so much better on my GoPro. So yeah, that's my plans. But yeah, until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you on the next one.